Senator Ryder, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you, Madam President. Will the sponsor yield, please?
He indicates he will. Senator Ryder.
Senator Hayne, it's my understanding, according to the provisions of Senate Bill 1381, that there are two groups who work together to supply the cannabis to the patient. There's the primary caregiver, and then there's above them, they get the cannabis from a medical cannabis organization. Is that correct?
Senator Hayne.
Yes.
Senator Ryder.
Does your bill require criminal background checks of either a primary caregiver or any of the board members of a medical cannabis organization?
Senator Hayne.
No. It requires criminal background checks of those who run the dispensaries. A caregiver is a personal extension of the person who is applying for permission to use the cannabis.
Senator Ryder.
When you say dispensary, are you talking about the medical cannabis organization, Senator? If you are, then I'd like you to point to me in the bill where it mandates that they have to go through a criminal background check.
Senator Hayne.
Okay, I stand corrected, Senator. It does not. There are oversight requirements, record keeping, and security requirements. They must implement appropriate security measure to deter and prevent unauthorized entrance. There's penalties raised for those who control this, and such.
Senator Ryder.
Senator Hayne, your bill also speaks about that the Department of Public Health may require reasonable inspections of the facilities that the medical cannabis organizations maintain. Is there anything in your bill that requires them to be inspected by the Department of Public Health, or any other entity for that matter?
Senator Hayne.
Well, I presume that, this is a presumption of mine, that the Department of Health is mandated to promulgate rules, and they will be implementing rules that will allow such inspections, and that the local police and the prosecutors who are on this advisory board to the department, and they will propose rules, will do the same.
Senator Ryder.
To the bill, please, Madam President. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the rendition that Senator Hayne gave us about the history of cannabis and the history of cannabis in Illinois and the history of how cannabis has been used as a medicine. But you know, that statement has nothing to do with what's on the board here. The decision before this body is whether or not you believe the provisions in Senate Bill 1381 are appropriate. There are no background checks required for the people who will be handling the cannabis or the people who will be growing the cannabis. People who are handling the cannabis or could be growing the cannabis can have drug-related misdemeanor convictions under this. In fact, there's no limit to the number of drug-related criminal misdemeanor convictions they can have and still get a license from the Department of Public Health. There's no requirement, none, that the Department of Public Health, the Department of State Police, or anybody else inspect any of the facilities that will be growing this cannabis. With all due respect to the sponsor, this is not a tightly drafted bill. This bill has loopholes that you could drive a truck through. But for those of you who are not troubled by that, or just a little bit troubled by that, but still want to give these people access to marijuana, we already have that answer. Madam President, I am holding up in front of you a copy of 720 ILCS 550/11. We already have a statute on this that was passed in the 1970s. It was passed with bipartisan support, both Republicans and Democrats signing together. And you know why? Because it requires the Department of Public Health and the state police write rules together. In other words, law enforcement is required to be part of the program. Not under this bill. Under this bill, they are allowed to be part of the program, but this bill does not require the state police to be involved. That's the wrong way to go. So since the 1970s, Madam President, no governor has told the Department of Public Health and the Department of State Police, you two need to get together and write your rules so we can have a program that is both effective and one that the taxpayers and the citizens can have confidence in. That's what we ought to be doing, Madam President. I'm happy to co-sign a letter to the governor urging him to tell the departments to promulgate rules. I'll sign that letter with you. I'll sign it with Senator Hayne. I'll sign it with the Senate President who ran this bill before. We have something in statute already. Let's not pass this. Let's not pass this. This is an invitation for trouble. One last thing, Madam President. The bill that Senator Hayne is sponsoring says that the department will have to accept cards, the card that you carry to be legal to have this cannabis, from other states. Senator himself talked about the state of California and what kind of unmitigated mess their program is. Under his bill, that card from California is good here in Illinois. That's not right. We can do it better through a simple rule writing procedure and really help these people not pass this monstrosity. Thank you, Madam President.
Welcome, Senator. Senator Haynes?
I would simply say that the bills in California are being refined by the General Assembly out there to corral many of these. If someone comes into Illinois with a card from California, they must obey Illinois law. I would also state that we have increased the penalties for any violation of this act. Each step, we've increased them. And the state police are on the advisory board with my specific urging, along with the prosecuting attorney, other law enforcement personnel. As this thing proceeds through a rule-making process, there will be an opportunity for the police to have a stake in this, just as the senator points out. But until we move forward with it, and I would entertain any reasonable effort to further narrow this when we move to the House. This is the first step. And keep in mind that the caregiver is an extension of the patient himself or herself.
Senator Martinez, for what purpose do you rise? Senator Martinez.
I'm sorry. To the bill, please.
To the bill.
I want to commend Senator Hayne on this very good bill. I don't know people who have gone to the committee and have had these people that have come to our committee to talk about their pain, to talk about, you know, how this cannabis does help them, relieve them of this pain. I think this bill has been around a long time. When you talk about the fact that it's a pilot program, it is just that, a pilot program to see how well we can do. I think it's about time that we address the issue of the people that have come to this State House to talk about their pain and things that they need from us in order to alleviate their sense of pain when it comes to this particular cannabis. The Department of Health and the Department of State Police are going to be very much involved in creating the rules and really putting all the protection necessary that we need to have in a bill like this. So I think that the safety net that has been created around this bill, as far as being abused by the criminals out there, that has nothing to do with that. I think there is enough safety net built into the bill itself that will really help the people that have come to us asking for our help in passing this medical cannabis bill. So I urge all members of the Senate to really look and read the bill that's in front of us, about all the things that have been put into the bill over the course of the years that this bill has been coming to the Senate, trying to get its passage. I think that people have worked really, really hard. Senator Hayne, I know in the past, Senator Cullerton, really working to make sure that we can put something together here that can bring a sense of relief to people who have come before us many a times in pain, talking about how a seed that's put into a brownie can help them, can help relieve them of the pain